Welcome back to the channel. So, trad wives, what are they? It's short for traditional wife if you aren't aware, and basically it just means a woman that stays at home, cooks, cleans, and take care of the household for the kids, for the husband while he's out making the bread. And then spends every other time in between that popping out babies like they're ping pong balls. If you haven't heard of her, her name is Gaddis. Oh, I just got that.
Immigrants fresh off the boat looking for a green card. Yes, they are probably gold diggers, but that's the exception. I'm the rule.
There's women being stoned to death in the Middle East because they were and they get stoned to death. And you have the nerve to complain about sexism in America? So all those nerds in high school, like the weird theater kids and the anime people and you know who I'm talking about, the people we didn't hang out with.
The crappy part is I don't even completely disagree with everything she's saying in that little montage there, but we're not here to talk about that. And she's become extremely popular off of saying the N-word. Yes, I'm not joking. You think that would be obvious, immediate cancellation, but then you gotta remember, oh, she's a white woman and not a white man, so that basically makes her God. So a little bit more context. Lily is a TikToker, I guess former TikToker now because she's been banned from the platform. But she's a TikToker who's masquerades as a trad wife. I'm saying masquerades because she's neither a wife or a trad. She has no husband, so you can't really be a trad wife if you are not a wife. And she has no kids. And in fact, actually works or worked, past tense, for an African-American woman as a marketer till she was fired for this very controversy. So Lily over here was doing one of her quote-unquote trad wife videos of her cooking, and well, this happened.
That's the exception. I'm the rule. Everybody I know who's married right now, they're married to broke niggas. And they don't care. We don't give a about your money. I couldn't care less about your money, okay?
So if you listen to what she just said, all the people she knows that are married to broke N-words, and they don't care, and we don't care, and I don't care about your money. This is what people are getting upset about? This girl probably found the cleanest way I can think of ever actually using the word, short for not actually saying it at all. You know, so this has always been a bit of a problem for me, not white women saying the N-word, but rather anybody saying the N-word. I'm in the camp that everyone should be allowed to say it. Why? Because when you take away people's ability or rights to say a word, not their legal rights, but their social rights, you give that word extreme power. And I don't think it's ever been better illustrated than this very moment right here, because Lily used that to get famous, and she doesn't care.
So a recent video of mine seems to have upset members of a certain community, and all the backlash just really made me, just really do a deep dive, like do a soul search. And after all that, I still couldn't find a care.
I gotta admit that one was pretty funny. It got me the first time when I saw this. I actually thought she was apologizing. And then I was like, well, what are you apologizing for? You barely really even said anything. But then so that's pretty funny. As you can see, the girl doesn't care, which of course she doesn't. She knows what she's doing. People are playing right into her hands. I mean, she was in marketing, so this was a giant publicity stunt as far as I can tell. And it's working for her, honestly. Seems to be exactly what she was trying to do. Now, when I say I'd rather everyone be able to say the word, that still doesn't necessarily mean using it in a derogatory way or to attack someone. I'm thinking more like the F word, the one that rhymes with truck word. Anyone can say it out loud versus saying the F word to someone or at someone. Or, hey, if anything, then no one should be able to say the word and just kill it right there. I myself try very hard to never use that, but it does slip out sometimes. Now, in the video, is she actually talking about black people? Maybe. I don't know. If she is talking about black people, like actual black people, then, a little racist. But if it was just a word she was kind of using, sort of a turn of phrase kind of thing, which, to be honest, is what it sounds like. And then given that scenario, if it is the correct one, she would not be this popular. Nobody would care. It would have been a common word that everyone was using. No one would care. It would be akin to slang, which it really is, especially in the way that she used it, and really should be treated as such. The fact that everyone got bent out of shape or is getting bent out of shape over the use of the word is what's giving this girl more publicity, more power. She's showing up in InfoWars and she got a bunch of other interviews lined up apparently. The girl's basically auditioning for whatever extreme right-wing conservative media conglomerate wants to pick her up and throw a six-figure job at her. So what? So she can sit there and complain about the state of America, probably with no actual worthwhile commentary. But who knows? Maybe she's a super genius political speaker and we just have yet to experience it fully.
You mentioned you got fired from your job. Do you care to expand on this?
I technically I'm on a leave right now, but I would rather not really go into it just because it's kind of one of those things where it's not all the way solidated, and it's no hate against my employer. She's an amazing person, and the hate that she's been getting, because she's a Jamaican immigrant, she's a single mom, she's an amazing woman, and I have nothing but respect for her. And the hate that she's been getting, that's so stupid. Like the people who think they're all about, oh, let's not disrespect Black people or whatever. And here they are trying to destroy a Black woman's life. So I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. Stuff happens. I'll probably, I'm not actively at that place right now, but yeah, it's just kind of a lot of internal stuff right now.
God, y'all better hope she's lying about this part, because if there was actually hate coming from the left for this Jamaican single mom, while you have this supposed racist white girl here preaching for people to stop, even if this girl is just doing it for the camera, doing it for social media, making herself look good, she still is looking way better than you lefty idiots trying to attack a woman, a black woman mother that is single, trying to run her business. The far left is just so far out of here that you guys are completely out of the freaking building of common sense. Which also kind of begs the question, if she's so racist, why is she working for a black woman? It's not to say that upper management hired a black woman, she just happens to be under her. Apparently this woman owns the business. I'm so confused. As Black people, we have to stop giving our power, our emotional controlled power, away to people. I guess predominantly white people, because they seem to be the ones that we care the most about using it, because Mexicans use it too. I've heard Afghans use the word as well. Anyways, if it's not obvious, if you can try to ban it, you're just giving it more power. That's kind of how it works. She's also insulting us on the way out, thanking the Black community for making her famous. And she could be right. At the current moment, she's essentially, like I said, auditioning for her new role, potential new roles. So we'll see what happens. She might be in the same lane as Nick Fuentes. In case you guys don't know who Nick is, take a quick look at this.
I don't support women's rights. I don't support LGBT rights. I believe in race and gender essentialism. I'm Catholic. I'm a Catholic reactionary. I believe that organized Jewry is extremely influential in the United States and pushes America towards an open society, liberalism, internationalism for their own benefit.
Thinking about it now, Nick is way further than she is, and it's probably not even a fair comparison, as she hasn't really said anything in the vein of what Nick Fuentes says at all. She did use the soft A version, which also kind of leads me to believe that this was very much a stunt PR move, that she just knew how to get people to rise up and basically push her to fame. It's almost like Andrew Tate using specific phrasing of words to drum up anger and frustration of the people, and they play into his hands and they made him super famous. Now Andrew took it a little bit too far enough to get him into prison, but she did what she needed to do, and it seems to be working for her for at least right now. My question is, why does this matter so much to people? I get why it's the word. I get why the word matters, but how long are you going to allow people to have power over you because of words? This word, it's a word. If you didn't get outraged about it, if you didn't try to cancel her for it, you wouldn't have made her career doing it. Now, we'll have yet to see if it actually makes her career, but let people just say the word. Let them sing the word like they like to sing with their songs. I mean, if they like the music, whatever. Let them sing away. We know they're doing it anyways. A lot of people get bent out of shape during Django Unchained saying there was too much use of the N-word in there. That's a great movie, by the way. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend it. One of my favorite movies of all time. Jamie Foxx does a fantastic job. Everybody in that movie does a fantastic job. It's right up there with The Matrix for me. Those two are my favorite. Here's her major issue though. If it doesn't work out, she's done. Like, it's a huge, risky move she's pulling here. Maybe, she says that she doesn't intend for it. She didn't intend for it to be anything. And when you watch the video, it does sound she's more or less like slipped it in there, but I still think it was very intentional. Like, it's a giant gamble. She could make something out of herself if she just chose to do her own thing. She could even succeed in that way too, I think. I mean, she's got a lot of people. She's at 50K following on Twitter. That's enough to start doing something. And as long as you're capable of being monetized, I don't know if she is. I don't know how Twitter's monetization really works. But if she is, then or at least getting some kind of live donations or stuff like that. Now, she does say that she was getting tired of the 9 to 5, so she decided to blow everything else up, I guess, on a massive stunt. But we'll see how it pans out for her. As for the left, they're constantly just kind of shooting themselves in the foot with stuff like this. You're not helping black people here. You're propping up a woman who may or may not actually be racist. And if she is, she's going to be allowed to continue spewing her racist views to an even wider audience. Like, I might be talking about her now, but she's about to go on much bigger platforms and get as much publicity, and even if it's a short run. And if not a short run, well, we'll see, because, I mean, tiny little white girl, she's a perfect candidate for the extreme right to sell her. So even if she isn't racist, she might just lean in that direction just so she can get paid and not really have to work ever again, and she gets to be famous overnight. Overnight. Anyways, that's all I got for today. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Let me know what you think down below. If we were to be able to find a way to basically allow everybody to say this word, wouldn't that be better? You'd never see another one of her pop up ever again. But hell, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. And come back for more.